Hey guys, today I'm going to take you through how to install a GTC-200 wing from APR on a Honda S2000. As you can see, my trunk did not come with the OEM Honda wing, so I'll have to drill new holes for the APR GTC-200 wing. Here you can see all the accessory parts that came with the APR GTC-200, all the uprights, the end plates, the feet, and the wing adjustment for angle of attack. Okay, now here we're looking at the underside of the trunk. Ordinarily, you are supposed to drill the hole here at the first hole, first guide hole. There's already an indentation in the trunk. I'm going to use the wing extension, so it's going to set my airfoil back further, and because of the time trials rules and Honda Challenge rules, the airfoil can't exceed the shadow of the car, the outline of the car, so I need to set mine forward a little bit. So I'm going to cheat my base plates forward about 3/4 to an inch, and I'm hoping that's going to keep the airfoil more within the shadow of the car. Just one other point to note, to line this up properly, the base plate is supposed to go right along the edge of the trunk. So I'm going to measure the distance from the edge into the center of this hole so I know exactly how far in to set my offset hole. It's going to be a little bit further forward on the trunk. I just want to make sure that the wing stands are going to be the right distance apart so that everything lines up. There's a bit of the trunk sort of tapers inward as it gets towards the back of the car. So I have to make sure that I'm going to have the same distance between the base plates as if I had drilled in the spot that they specify. Okay, so I'm ready to drill the first hole here. What I did was I measured forward about an inch from the other hole, and also it's inset a little bit. I just set the actual stand pad on the car and about where I wanted it. I shifted about an inch forward, and then I used a Sharpie to just mark the hole. And I put a little mark right here for my first hole. And it says to use a 1/4 inch bit, but I'm going to use a 1/16 inch bit to do a pilot hole. I'm using this towel to just create a little space so I don't drill into the other part of the trunk here when I drill. So I'm going to do my pilot hole with a 1/16 inch bit. Start off very slow so you don't get drill walk, and then slowly increase the speed. There we go. I'm going to switch to my 1/4 inch, which is the size for the hole. Okay, I've got my 1/4 inch larger bit on now. I'm going to do just the same thing. Start off very slowly, make sure that the tip of the 1/4 inch bit is in the pilot hole. Start off very slow. It's pretty good. It goes through pretty quick. It's just the trunk's aluminum, so if you got a good bit, it'll go through pretty fast. Alright, so now I'm going to Just test fit this again. Make sure the hole's in the right spot. Looks pretty good. Just getting this lined up, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a punch to just mark the other hole here where I want to drill it. Just drill it. Then I'm going to repeat the process again. I'm going to use the smaller bit and then the larger bit. And that's it. Now we're going to try to mount up the wing here. Okay, before I mount up the wing, I need to put these studs in. And I've got the optional extensions on mine. But I've got to put these studs in. And you want to make sure that the hex side is on the outside so you can screw these in tightly. Some people recommended using Loctite. I'm not going to use Loctite yet until I know this fits well. So I'm going to go ahead and put these studs in. Then just do the same thing for the other side. I'm going to go ahead and try to mount the wing up on the left side. I put some towels on the right side, and I used cardboard under the trunk to try to keep the trunk open, and then I used towels to protect this from the studs on the other side while I'm positioning the left side. So I'm going to try to go ahead and get the left side put in. I haven't tightened up the other hardware yet. Rest the other side of the towel. Side is in. Good. I'm going to show you this little here too. Show you it's going to be a C. See the studs coming through the bottom there. You can see them coming through. So now I'm going to use the washers first and then those nylon lock nuts underneath on the underside. So that one's hand tight also, both hand tight. So that'll hold this while I position the other side. I'm going to go ahead and try to position the other side. So we can get a better view here. There. Okay. Now, like I said, I've left some play in this so that I haven't tightened these up so that I can hopefully get this positioned properly. I might need the foot for this side. Foot here. Make sure it's positioned over the holes properly. Tight fit. So I oblonged both holes, and now it fits just a little bit. It's still firm. It's good to feel. Like I said, my I shifted the wing forward because I didn't want to have this with the risers come out past the edge of the car, and it looks pretty close. It's pretty close. I don't know, I'd have to use a plumb bob to see, but it looks pretty good. Okay, so now I'm going to use the washers and nuts for this one. And then do the same thing on the other side. Okay, now I'm going to put the end plates on. These are just simple Allen head screws. You do the same thing on both sides. And here's the finished result. I think it came out pretty well. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave comments in the comment section below and I'll try to answer your questions. It's a pretty easy install overall. If you like the video, please feel free to subscribe. Thanks.